For yet another pre-match pump-up as Tottenham travel away to Stamford Bridge to take all 3 points on the push for this top 4 fight and pull Chelsea right back into it. A lot to get through today. So guys, everybody make sure you smash that like button on the stream. Smash that subscribe button on the channel. The big push for 1 million subscribers is on. And feel free to get your super chats in with your thoughts and your talking points as well for anyone that's on the screen. Everybody, the link is up in the community section for all you lovely members out there. Make sure you click on that link. Come in and have your say. I'm sitting here, I'm waiting on you. I don't bite. I may be an underdog like all of you other Spurs fans out there, but I do not bite. So come on and have your say. Now, look, guys, it was reported that Sergio Reguilon and Lucas Moura and Skip would be missing. A lot of this being banded about. I can't confirm that Reguilon was on the bus. He was recorded getting off the team bus. And same as Lucas Moura, he actually stopped to sign autographs and that as well. But Alistair Gold has tweeted that we should expect an interesting lineup today. Whether that's formation, personnel, we'll have to wait and see. A bit more team news for you. Romero could make the bench, but I doubt we'll see him feature. Eric Dyer is back in the team, though, today. I reckon he will start. He is back from injury or COVID, whatever it was he was out with. Of course, we're not too sure. Of course, Sonny misses out today. And it'd be interesting to see whether Matt Doherty starts over Emerson Royale, because Emerson Royale did come off injured at halftime in the Leicester game. And could be a bit on why he was so poor as well. But look, Matt Doherty definitely took his chance. And who knows, maybe he gets the nod today. I reckon he probably will. For Chelsea, of course, Andreas Christensen is out. He's isolating. Trevor Chalobah, Reece James and Chilwell are also out, with Mendy at the AFCON. And with Reece James and Chilwell out, and I know a lot of people are going to call me deluded here, but Chelsea are gettable today. They're on poor form in the league. And their last 3 home games, I think they've drew all 3. One with Brighton, one with City, one with Liverpool. And look, for me, with Reece James and Chilwell out there, they don't have great attacking threat. Like, if you go back and think about the 2 Carabao Cup games we played, they didn't really create much. We gave them the goals. You know, we gave them that cup tie. We literally just gifted them the goals inside the first 20 minutes, and it was over and done with. But apart from that, they don't actually have attacking threat. You go back to the early part of the season, Reece James, Ben Chilwell with their assists, their goals and stuff like that were keeping Chelsea afloat. But since they've gone injured, Chelsea haven't been the same team. So let's get at them today. Let's get in their face. Let's rile them. I mean, I absolutely hate Chelsea and I'm sick of losing to them. And I really hope the boys, especially off the back of that game against Leicester, the 3-2 last-minute win, I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. Let's hope that they now have that camaraderie, that togetherness, and that fight for one another. And hopefully we see it out there today. I actually have a good feeling about this game today. I really do. And look, don't get me wrong. I think we've won 1 in the last 36 away games in all competitions up at Stamford Bridge. I mean, it doesn't bode too well for us. But look, you know, you have to write history one day. You have to rewrite your own history. You know, if you want history to change, it's up to you to change it. So we have to get out there today and change history. A bit of course correction is what I like to call this today. Let's make it another Stamford at the Bridge, but let's be on the right side of that this time. That's what I want to see today. So, look, basically, I would expect Lucas Moura will be in there, and so will Reguilon, but will they start? I'm not sure. I'll give you a few stats leading into today's game as well for Tottenham. So Tottenham have only won 7 of their last 59 Premier League matches against Chelsea, so we do notoriously struggle and find it tough. Spurs have also won just 1 of their 36 away games in all competitions, like I was saying. Tottenham are unbeaten in all of their 9 Premier League fixtures under Antonio Conte, and this is one that we can use today. You know, even if we can get out with a point, it's still a good result. And I do encourage all Spurs fans, I mean, even if we don't get the right result today, which I don't believe, I'm not even going to say it because I believe we will, and I don't want to jinx anything. But even if we don't get the right result today, let's just stay calm. Let's just stay calm. I mean, there's no need to be pressing the panic button. Of course, the transfer window is still open. I expect the Adama Traore to be announced tomorrow or Tuesday. Interestingly enough, Dele Alli is left out of the squad altogether today. So I wonder, what can we take from that? Is there a loan move being put in place for him? I did hear Newcastle. I'm not 100% sure how true that is, but he will be out of the squad altogether today. And Dembele to PSG, so there will be movement. We'll be getting players in. So we just call for patience today. Let's get 1 or 2 players in before the end of the window, and then let's crack on with the end of the rest of the season. Spurs have failed to win any of their past 13 away league matches against sides starting the day in the top four, which does not bode well for us. But look, like I said, we have to rewrite history, and that's what today's show is all about. Bit of course correction. Harry Kane has scored just once in the last 7 London League derbies. However, his 39 derby goals is second only to Thierry Henry's 43. So yet again, another record that Harry Kane can break. Most goals in derbies. I know he's 4 off it, but look, let's not 2 off that today, Big H. This is a guy he's in flying form. I mean, take that second half against Chelsea at the last game. Let's bottle that up and bring that into today's game. We want that Harry Kane, the Harry Kane that played against Leicester. The guy could have had a hat-trick. He rattled the bar. 1 cleared off the line. 1 blazed over the bar. He could have even had 4 goals. And he could well be the difference today. With Dyer coming into the back line, 63% win percentage with him in the team compared to 33% with him out of the team. That's another huge plus. Bringing in Eric Dyer, if we do go with the 3 centre-backs, could really help us give us that defensive platform that we need to be able to go forward and attack and get at Chelsea. That would be absolutely awesome. So hopefully that. But again, Harry Kane has gone 7 goals without a game against Chelsea, or without a goal against Chelsea in all competitions. So that's going to be a very tough one. That is going to be a very tough one for Harry. But look, Chelsea's backline is old. Like I said, all their youths have gone out. So hopefully Harry Kane can exploit that. Steven Bergwijn, will he start today? I hope he does. To be honest with you, he deserves to start off the back of the 2 goals. Confidence will be high. So you might see him in there today. Honestly, I do have a Chelsea song, though, that I want Spurs fans to start chanting at them. So do you know that Pink Floyd song? I think it's Pink Floyd. And it's We Don't Need No Education. Do you know that song? Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. Well, what I want Spurs fans to chant today is, hey, John Terry, leave their wives alone. That's what I want Spurs fans to sing. If I was Eric Dyer, I'd be saying that to Lukaku, John, I'd be worried about John Terry being around in your house with, with you playing up front here. Is your missus on her own? Just wind them up, get in their faces, make them snap, make them snarl. Today is all about redemption. And look, I know this is going to be a tough game. I don't think we're going to walk this. I don't think it's going to be a massive scoreline. I wouldn't say 3-4. I honestly don't think it will. But what I could see happening is a 2-1. And I'll definitely know that when I see Harry Kane's haircut. A 2-1 would be absolutely phenomenal. But guys, like I said, that link is up in the community section. Rather than just listening to me, simply go to the community section on the channel. Click on that link. Come on and have a chat with me. Have a talk. This is what this is about. But getting back to it, look, today's going to be a tough game. We're going to be under the cosh at times. But it's all about taking our chances. Defensively, can we keep Chelsea out? Can we not make mistakes inside the first 20 minutes like we did in both Carabao Cup games? Can we hold strong? And then after that, can you get on the ball? Can you play through the midfield? If you can't, can you go a bit longer like Hugo Lloris was doing against Leicester? They were pressing our back line, so we dropped it into midfield and then up to Harry Kane's at times. Can we bypass their press? Yes, of course we can. We're fucking the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. So let's get after it today. And look, it's all about mentality. This whole away form thing at Stamford Bridge, it's all about mentality. We have a new manager here now. We have to forget about that. We have to start today and go there wanting and willing to change it. You can't already go there beaten. You can't get off the bus beaten. You have to go there believing you can get that result. And I firmly believe this squad are. You look at the last 2 Premier League games we played. The one all the way back when against Watford. Last-minute winner. Leicester. 2 last-minute goals. We are a team that if we're in the game, coming up to 80, 90 minutes, teams are going to start fearing us because they know we will not stop. They know we have late goals in us now. United had what was it? Fergie time. Well, it's now Conte time, baby. Conte has arrived. So let's get some of them. Let's if we're in this game, it's great to see that we're not just going to sit back, be happy and settle for a point, that we firmly believe we can go and win it. And we know that because Bergwijn didn't celebrate after the second goal. He went and picked the ball up out of the net, went and put it down on the centre circle. We wanted to go for a third. And that's how I know that. This mentality at Tottenham, it is changing, it is shifting. But look, enough from me. Let's get on a guest. And it is, who have we got on first? I think it could be KVP. Let's get him on. Kyle, my man, how are things, brother?
Good.
Do you like my John Terry song?
Yeah. John Terry, leave their wives alone. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Just quickly,
Yeah.
there's a super chat from Kaguma. She says, "Big up, David. Let's do this. Come on, you Spurs." No, 100%. Look, I'm
Let's
telling
do
you
this.
now. I just feel like that game against Leicester was a momentum shift. Do you know what it is? I just had that sneaky feeling we're going to turn them over today, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And any Chelsea mugs tuning in right now, please come and find me after the game. I will be back here on the post-match fan show. I can't wait to celebrate this win. You absolute mugs. But look, Kyle, what's your thoughts ahead of today's game, my man?
Good. I think Conte's probably gonna play the same team that we had against Leicester, but I don't think so. Dyer, I expect Dyer to come in for what, Tanganga or something, and yeah, I expect the match winner to start. That is the Flying Dutchman, Stevie Bergwijn. I expect him to start.
The Dutch sports car, my man. He deserves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, man, I'm still buzzing from the game. Like the whole King Power Stadium went mental when he scored. Like, and Højbjerg stopped him from taking a shot because he was on a yellow card, and Højbjerg stopped him. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's hope we can see some scenes today. Højbjerg to maybe score too now that Dele's not going to be in the squad because he's not anyway because the stuff going on, he's not travelled. So, like, yeah, so Bergwijn to score, and Kane loved the goal against Chelsea, as you said. I think he's only got what, 3 or 4?
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't have many against Chelsea at all, lad.
Nah,
He
but
hasn't scored in his last 7.
nah. Today's the day we turn these idiots over. Like you said before, we have history turn the uh, the top 6 over. We have history, so let's get revenge on these lot because they've already beaten us 3 times, but it ain't gonna happen again. It's not gonna be 4 times. So yeah, because we've won there when Conte was the manager at Chelsea, so Conte wants revenge, but can he help us win that for a second time? Like Mourinho, Benitez, and Ancelotti have failed to win there as managers with different teams. So Conte is going to help us win there and stay unbeaten with 10 games. Like, we're not losing our first game of the season under Conte because Conte is the only man, I think, the first manager stay unbeaten with 9 games. So let's make that 10. 3-1, Kane 1, Bergwijn 2. And yeah, watch
Absolutely.
out, TP, Thomas Tuchel. You're not in good form, are you, mate? You lost to City, and you can't beat Brighton, mate. You're doing poor. So today, you're losing. Let's beat these lot. And yeah, that's my thoughts. But
No,
what formation does he think? What formation do I think he'll play? Like probably 2 up front. So I think what, a 4-3-2? Yeah, the formation.
Yeah,
And
yeah. It'd
yeah,
be very interesting to see what he picks. There's a lot of different rumors. Alice the Goal reckons we're in for something interesting as well. There was a journalist, O'Keefe, whatever you want to call him. He tweeted out he reckons it could be a 4-4-2, but we're not
what?
100% sure how true that is. Adrian
Nah,
Chaya says, "Big up the Irish Hotspur. Love your energy. Come on, you Spurs." No, honestly, man,
don't
I
do
eat,
that
breathe, and sleep
yourself.
these rivalry games. I absolutely love them. I cannot wait. Chelsea, they love blue. They love all Thomases. They have a lot of Thomases in their club. Honestly, they sound like the Thomas Tank Engine Enthusiast Club. I can't wait to rock up there on my steam chain, go choo choo
Yeah,
right through Stamford Bridge, and fuck them up. I'm sick of them. And let's
yeah,
absolutely abolish this chant that seems to be going around everywhere. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Like I said, we now can sing it to Leicester. Let's make it Chelsea today, Kyle, huh? Let's have it, my man.
yeah, let's have it. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna listen to Who Let the Dogs Out and change it from dog to hound. Like, who let the hounds out? Conte did. Conte did.
uh,
Yeah,
no, you gotta
yeah,
absolutely love that. You gotta love
yeah,
it. But
yeah.
my man, Matt Doherty, does he deserve to start today?
Um, well, I'll probably say he does. After that performance, that was probably his best performance in a Spurs shirt. Like, yeah, great assist. Like, I like I saw he may have put it on his shoulder, but when Bergwijn scored the winner, like Soyuncu handballed it. Like, why didn't the ref and the assistant have a look when Soyuncu handballed it? Like, Soyuncu shouldn't even be on the pitch because he spit into Bergwijn. Like, you were just spitting like you look like Pepe from Porto, who's Portuguese. Like, if you're gonna do that, then don't bother playing again. Like, you don't spit. Like, let's see if Dyer can score because the last time he scored in a London derby was the North London derby when we lost 4-2 to Arsenal in 2018. But can he score and shush the Chelsea fans up? He's done it to Arsenal, so can he shush the Chelsea fans up? Let's hope he
Hopefully,
can do
hopefully he
that.
can turn from moon boots to moon head, huh? Hopefully he can
Yeah,
bang one in off that big mallet. Let's go, Eric. Eric Van Dyer. That's what we need to start putting a
yeah,
bit of respect on his name, especially me. Eric Van
yeah.
Dyer. Let's have it, my man. But
He's
look,
been,
Kyle, it is absolutely building up back here. A lot of people want to come on and have their say for today's game.
yeah,
Before I let you go, I will not let you go anywhere until you tease me with your scoreline and then a big loud come on, you Spurs. And I
yeah,
usually have to ask you to do it louder. So I want the energy.
yeah.
You're the first one on. Let's
Okay.
have it, my man.
Yeah, okay. Like, I'm going 3-1 Spurs, obviously. And yeah, like, hopefully Dyer will score, but Bergwijn's probably going to score too. But we'll find out which one of them scores. But yeah, 3-1, obviously. Let's turn the bin dippers over, as we call them. And Thomas Tuchel's going to finally lose to Chelsea, I mean to Tottenham. And we've got them former manager who's won the title in the FA Cup. But yeah, 3-1. And as always, Levy out. Come on, you Spurs! Let's
Absolutely
destroy this
love
lot. I'm off to
it.
listen to Let the Dogs Out, Dogs to Hound. Who let the dogs out? Conte did. Conte did. Yeah.
Before we let you go, call on them Chelsea fans. Before we let you go, call on them Chelsea fans out there, mugs.
Yeah. Who's that? Is that Sean?
Yeah, but here, Kyle, before we let you go, call them Chelsea fans out there, mugs.
Yeah. John Terry, leave their wives alone. They're being destroyed. Let
Right,
the
Kyle.
in John Terry. Oh, Ledley, Ledley.
We love it. Kyle, my man, thank you very much for coming on. I'm loving the energy. Let's
Yeah.
have it, my man. Let's get
Let's
after
do
this.
this. Come on, you
Come on.
Spurs. Come on.
Everybody, that's Kyle. Everybody, show him all that love in the comments. He cracks me up. He's always good energy. And you know what's infectious? Is that big smile on his face. But from one smile to another, it's a guy, he said last night he had trouble getting up for the game today. But I know that's not the case. He probably popped a few of the Viagras, and he's well up for this, Graham. Let's get him on. It is Mr. Brains McLeod. Brains, my man.
That is
Up for
actually
this. Come on. Can't tell me you're not buzzing today.
No, I am, and it's very accurate with the Viagra. I almost overdosed there, walking around like a fucking tent pole over here. But yeah, no, super up for it, and it's good to have Sean in the background with his crazy laugh. Yeah, no, it was super looking forward to it, man. It's like I wish my voice wasn't so dying right now, but yeah, it's a scary one because like it's kind of like just don't lose is one part of the mentality. It's like this will be the fourth time we've played them this season. Yeah. Surely you can't lose four. Surely.
Law of averages,
like just
right?
Law of averages. Surely like we're gonna figure something out. And a lot of the times I think it's like getting pulled into that like battle of the bridge mentality, like let's go for it. And then I kind of always go, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to have a war and then come out the game 2-1 loss or 3-0 because things didn't go your way? Or do you want to go out and be brave soldiers and be like, here's the fucking wall, break us down? Like sometimes I watch like teams like Burnley and, how teams play against how Southampton played against us. And there's respect in that. There's honor in just being warriors and saying you can't beat us. If we're not like over the score, egoed up, trying to come out here to your ground, trying to get wins every time, then it's a case of like just being a little bit honorable about it and going, look, we'll put the wall up. You can't beat us. 2 yards between every one of our players in this line, this white wall. Like, you're not going to beat us. Like, so that's kind of what I kind of wish in some way. But then, because I also think if you get
I'll have to cut across you, my man. I'm going to give you the starting lineup just so you can get it live while it's out. So we have Hugo Lloris, captain in the team, in goals. Japhet Tanganga, Sanchez, Dyer, and Davies, and Doherty all across the back line. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens there. Is it Dyer, Sanchez, and Davies forming the back three with Doherty at left wing back, Tanganga at right wing back, Højbjerg and Winks in midfield, with Sessegnon, Steven Bergwijn, and Harry Kane. Brains, is this a 4-4-2? Is this a 3-4-3? I mean, honestly, I failed maths in school, but it looks like an algebra test to me, my man. What formation is it?
I mean,
it's hard to know.
4-3-3? Like, because you said that Tanganga's at the back, Doherty's at the back,
Sanchez, Dyer, Davies,
and
Sessegnon is also starting.
Back. But I don't understand. So then it's definitely 3 up front. So it's either going to be, it's going to be basically a 4-3-3 or a 3-4-3. I mean, crazy. Like, it just depends. It's like in attack. Like what I was going to say is like in attack, you can go for the, if you've got someone like Sessegnon, you can push a winger up, but he's also got a defensive mind state about him as well. So he can just fall back and be an extra body. So it looks to me, that kind of looks like, look, we've got injuries. We've got, Reggie's still injured, and it kind of just looks like Conte's being realistic about it and being like, look, at some point in the game, we will have a go, but we're going to try like just hold them,
Do you think Dyer could be using him in a holding midfielder sort of position?
That's what I was kind of saying. If it was a case of like, if you can line him up as a kind of 4-2, just sometimes it doesn't really matter how you kind of see the thing on paper. Because when the game gets going, that players have their job. But look, like what I was saying, when you have that many defenders and you only really have Højbjerg and Winks, you're probably not going to want Højbjerg and Winks to come anywhere too deep. So then that does say, if you got Kanga, he can fill in, Tanganga can step in, and Dyer can go up a little bit into the kind of defensive mid. It does, to me, suggest that Davies or Dyer can step forward, or even Tanganga can come in and step forward. It's just one of those things. I guess it's kind of like when you can go out with that, you probably are looking at maybe Conte given individual specific roles to do in the game in different momentum shifts. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, 100%. It'd be very, very interesting though to see what happens though. And just to call out the bench for everybody, because I do know they like to know what the bench is. The bench is Galini, Rodin, Reguilon, Royal, White, Skip, Brian, Lucas, and Mbappe. So that is the bench there. Very, very interesting call though. But one player that probably, I think, arguably deserves to play, and one player that, although one bad performance, probably, does he deserve to be dropped? But Stevie B, he's the one for you and me. Stevie B, he's the one for you and me. Brains, does he deserve to start
the game? Palms out for that. Because I think it's like, look, he's divided opinion, but it's not all his fault. And when he has kind of, you never know, like when a player is fully fit, when they've cut, like players getting rushed back, and then like trying to get their place in the team, not really sure which position. Am I a winger? Am I a striker? Am I kind of playing as a wing? Where am I playing? So I kind of feel for him. He's gone through the kind of, it's just the motions of being a pro and moving to a big league and a big team with fans who expect a lot. And so we've not seen what we expected from him because he set the bar so high with early goals and he's done some cool things. But I think 2 games that he's played this season, West Ham and the Leicester game, he's shown like pure class. And so I've always kind of been like, look, I don't like players being in our team if they're accident prone and we're not going to get the best out of them. So I could see the argument for moving him on, fair enough. But if a player does come in and like stay so awake, like after he got his first goal, like to be switched on, to turn and make the run, like for Harry Kane to be switched on, for Højbjerg to put his foot in at that point, for everyone to be so switched on, for them to make that 3-point link play to get that goal. Like, I think that deserves that's shown us a lot, and I think we have to respect that. Not be over emotional, but I think we have to respect that he's got something. That big moment of rounding a keeper in the 97th, 8th minute to then get it in. The technique, that how much it takes to hold your nerve. Yeah. Most players would have swift that off their foot and it would have went wide, or you know what I mean. So for me, I think for him to stay in like that, I think he's showing nerve. I think we have to respect that. I think he deserves, if anyone, he deserves to start. Like, and I thought Harry Kane was world class the other night. I thought he was unlucky not to score, but I thought the movements he made and some of the passing, and I just thought absolute full rounded game now, dribbling, great little bit bursts of speed, amazing runs. You know, he's going to score more, and that's what I was saying just before. You know, regardless of system, I think hold it tight, hold the line, and then 80 minutes, fuck it. You know, like something happens, they'll be throwing everything at it. You know, then a little break, get the ball to Bergwijn just below the halfway line or Kane and have each other run off each other, and anything can happen. But you have to remember, Chelsea still have quite a kind of slow, weathered old defense, you know? So I think just stay in the game. The problem is, do not lose a goal early. That for me is, lose a goal early, you know, dunzo, you know?
No, 100%. 100%. Look, when it comes to Stevie B, I mean, look, for me, I actually think the guy has probably learned his lessons from that Liverpool game. You know, he's got 2 big chances. He took them. But like you said, the biggest one for me was holding his nerve when he was one-on-one with Schmeichel. You know, he could have easily bottled it. He could have easily let the Liverpool game run through his mind, but he didn't. He held it, kept his composure, rounded the keeper, and he knew Soyuncu was closing down on the near post, so put it back towards the far post, which was a very tidy finish, I have to say. But look, for Big H, Brains, I've seen the video of him getting off the bus. I mean, honestly, I swear to God, there's not even a strand of hair out on his head loose that I can maybe pick and frame. You know, it is immaculate. I mean, he looks ready. I have to say, another player who looks motivated was Eric Dyer. He looked focused. And surprisingly enough, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Harry Winks looked focused as well. They just have that look in their eyes. They look ready, Brains. They look like they're ready for war. Honestly, they look like they're ready for a battle, and I cannot wait for it. Brandon SC, One Football says it's a 3-4-3, David. Midfield, right wing back, and a left wing back. Yeah, interesting. Look, you just have to wait and see. I suppose, you know, we can sit here and talk about all we want, but, you know, Conte, you just don't know what's going through that guy's head. But look, Brains, I have to say, I like this reverse psychology I've done on you. You've come in here and you've talked yourself into thinking we can win this game. I love it.
Well, I think anything's possible. And also, you know, sometimes when a team has beat you 2 times, they step in a little bit overconfident, you know? So that's on our side as well. And it's, you know, look, we're looking for the reasons to feel good about a game. And like, we all, as diehard Spurs fans, we want the best for our players, but also for me, it's like, stand strong. Do you remember I don't know if you remember it was like this season, like the first game we played them, the first half, how we played them in the first half.
Yeah, we're on first.
We actually kept them in there. Yeah, we kept them in their half. We won every ball, every second ball. And it looked frustrating to them. You know, it looks so frustrating. So I'm not saying we have to play like that, but we have to believe that that's what we've got. And hopefully with Conte, if he decided to play that way, it's something that's on the cards. That's why I think you're seeing maybe a 3-4-3 there. But if it is a case where it's getting to the halfway point, 60, 70, and it's 0-0, it's a case of stand strong, hold the line, and then just take your chance when it comes. Look, in these games, even if you are putting 9 behind the ball, you always get a chance. Like, you always get a chance. And we just happen to now can be going into the game feeling confident that if we get a chance late, we've got players who will hold the nerve. So in that regards, you know, I am totally positive about it, and I'm just trying to get through the trauma of of these results before at the bridge, you know. So what do you what beyond the BS, what is your absolute your heart like and your head? What is it telling you? What do you think's realistically going to happen here?
Look, I think it's going to be a tough game. I think Chelsea will probably come at us for about the first 20 minutes, knowing what happened in the Carabao Cup final, both legs, where we kind of crumbled inside the first 20 minutes and gave them the game. But also, they're going to have a bit of belief today because City slipped up last night. They're going to want to try and claw back whatever points they can and take themselves away from the top four race, because they're in a position right now. If they can win, maybe they can kick back on. Maybe City drop a few more points in the back in the title. If they lose, they're dragged down with the likes of us, Arsenal, United, teams like that. So they're in a very precarious situation. It'll be interesting to see what way that plays on the mind. But they're also a fractured squad. They're a broken squad. You know, the big guy that paid 90 million for, he'd rather be in Miami playing basketball with Paul Pogba. He doesn't want to be there. He's no respect for them. That guy is a wannabe Didier Drogba. All he's ever done is lived in his shadows. Before and now, still, they always compare him to Didier Drogba. He can't live up to it, and it sends him crazy. They spent another 60 million on that little German hot dog. What's his name? Teeny Weeny. You know, I couldn't hit a barn door with a bulldozer. You know, their fullbacks are missing. Reece James and Ben Chilwell, absolute crucial to what they were doing earlier on in this season. And since they've gone injured, they've completely tailed off because they don't have that threat out wide anymore. And look, for me, Brains, I feel like the game against Leicester was a momentum change, a change in mentality. And I think the players have belief about them now. I think the biggest thing they'll get from that maybe was maybe starting to happen, but wasn't fully there, was the togetherness. So now they'll go out there today. They'll hunt in packs. They'll be together. They'll fight for each other. There'll be no one bitching and moaning, pointing, not running for someone. I firmly believe the togetherness will be out there today. And look, Brains, I mean, on our day,
do you think I was going to say, do you think Dyer coming in is a big part of that togetherness? Because regardless of form in the last few seasons, the one thing I think he's always kind of had is that he kind of pulls the team in. You know, like I think he's one of those players who kind of pulls people together, like in the team.
100%.
Do you think that's 100%. A big element of today?
For me, and that's what I think could be the difference here, Brains. I think we have a 63% win percentage with him in the team compared to 33% percentage with him out of the team. What he does is but not only what you're saying, Brains, but he brings that fight. You know what I mean? One thing, as much as I've criticised Eric Dyer in the past for how crap he's been up until this season, one thing I could never ever say about him was that he always was up for a derby game. Regardless, he was always up for a derby game. He always had that fight in him. And there's no coincidence that every single manager seems to pick him. And he definitely brings something like that. But look, Brains, I mean, you're actually getting me pumped up. You're using the reverse psychology. Look, my man, I have a couple more I need to get on as well. So look, give me your score prediction.
No worries, dude.
And if you have a Spurs chat for me, that'd be awesome. If not, scream your place down when it come on, you Spurs.
All right. I can't scream because I'm literally on these boys trying to get my throat right to do vocals tomorrow. So, but I genuinely think and hope that we're gonna steal a 1-0. But I think it's gonna be 0-0. But I hope that we steal a 1-0 right at the end. So yeah. So come on, you Spurs.
Absolutely love it.
Come on.
Well, look, guys, we'll wrap up.
That one was for Sean.
We'll wrap up another episode of Pinky and the Brains for this week. Absolutely thought it was brilliant. Brains, my man. Absolutely love your appearance. Thank you very much for coming on. And let's get after them, brother. Let's have it.
Nice one, David.
Big up, my man. Big up. But look, let's keep moving. There is someone in the background called Big Jill, but I'm going to pronounce it Big Gil after Gil Messi. Turn on your camera and let's have a word with you. But look, let's keep moving until they do. Let's get on the next guest. He's an absolute lunatic. And I suppose he's going to come in with his usual punchline. Let's get him on. It is Sean from Spurs Talk. How are you, my man? I'm expecting it's game day. I'm expecting it's game day, lad. Give it to me.
Oh, it's game day!
Oh, absolutely love it.
Mate, I'm sorry. I didn't realise when you were in the background of the show that when you're laughing at what some of people are saying that are funny things, I didn't realise that it was coming through. I do apologise to.
Oh no, I love it. I love it. It doesn't bother me one bit. You know, it means we're putting on something decent. I would just take this super chat, Shawnee, before I get your feelings on the starting lineup. But Travis Kendall with a super chat. He says it looks like it's a 4-4-2 to me. Conte definitely has had some interesting lineups. But in Conte, we trust. Come on, you Spurs. Look, one thing I've learned is never, ever question Antonio, you know, because he'll always come back with the answers. It could very well be that 4-4-2 that I think it was Paul O'Keefe was tweeting about earlier. And look, interesting because I think we did switch to that, Sean, when we ended up going on and getting the 2 goals to win against Leicester.
Yeah. So, shout out to Paul O'Keefe, obviously, for nailing it. And when we were talking about it earlier, all of us were immediately like, oh, no, that doesn't make any sense. That can't be real. But he was obviously spot on the money. And, you know, I've been trying to figure out what I think the formation will be. You know, I'm looking at it, and I think what I think it will be is a 4-4-2. Like, to your point, what we pivoted to. And I think the success that we had against Leicester was, I've mentioned this before a few times now, but it was in no small part because, like Moses, we parted the fucking Dead Sea or the Red Sea, whatever it is, right? And we pulled Tanganga out wide on the right. We had Ben Davies pulled out right on the touchline left over at Leicester. We even had Skippy supporting the right-hand side. It allowed Højbjerg to have more space, more time on the ball because more Leicester players were pulled wide. And it also allowed Moura and Harry Kane to come deep. So it created a new strategy. I think the same sort of thing is going to happen today. But I think that the reason why, I mean, injuries aside, the reason why maybe he's gone for like more defensive names, but to play the same position is because Chelsea plays so narrow that if it doesn't work out, if we don't get to pull the players outside, Chelsea don't follow the width, then it will give us options. Like Sessegnon can be a wing forward, you know, and Ben Doherty, you know, whatever you want to say about Ben Doherty as a right-sided
Matt Doherty, you mad man.
Oh, sorry. I've said Ben Doherty before. I must have a friend called Ben Doherty. Matt Doherty. I apologise. Matt Doherty, regardless of what of what we think of him, generally speaking, he's probably the best option on the right to be able to whip balls in, and he did well against Leicester. So I feel like it's the same structure. I feel like the idea is going to be the same. We're going to try and set them out wide, try and pull the Chelsea players out wide, see if we can disrupt their strategy. But I think that the addition of having the players that are there are a bit more defensive minded is just more of like an insurance policy. If it doesn't work for whatever reason, then we do have players that can come back and chase back and are a bit more defensively attuned. So, that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? I think it's the same style against Leicester. Yeah. But because because Chelsea are a stronger outfit, if it doesn't work, we need to have a bit more of a defensive option. Should it not, play out? But that's the only way I can make sense of it. I don't think it will be 3-5-2. I think it'll be 4-4-2, at least to start, and we'll see where we go from there. What are your thoughts?
Do you know what? I agree. And there you are, Travis. Hopefully you enjoyed Sean's input on that answer. Absolutely brilliant. No, look, for me, do you know what? Sessegnon is definitely in there to help defensively down that side. I think they could be anticipating maybe Hakim Ziyech down that side. And he's a good player. He does have form of scoring against Tottenham. So I reckon with Sessegnon, he'd probably definitely be asked to double up defensively. But you know what? I actually think defensively would probably go into a bit of a different shape, maybe. To be honest with you, I think we'll probably keep Kane and Bergwijn up top. But Sessegnon is a very interesting call. Can he give us what we need going forward, though, Sean? Defensively and all, it's great. I do believe we'll probably be on the back foot for the first 20, 25 minutes, and he'll definitely help out there. But as the game goes longer, we stay in the game. Can he provide us what we need going forward, or do you think that's why Lucas Moura is on the bench?
No, I think he can. I think he when he played at Fulham, he was definitely an attacking wing forward. When he was overseas on loan, I think I know injuries have blighted his career, but he's still only young. But I definitely think that when he does come on, when I have seen him in a Tottenham shirt, he's more often than not been pretty adaptable, and I think he's been pretty competent going forward. So, and I think that Reguilon, I think Reguilon he looks very busy a lot of the times, but I think that sometimes Reguilon's final ball isn't spectacular, Dave.
Yeah.
So I actually feel that Sessegnon's probably going to be a pretty. I think, like I said, I think it's a perfect blend to support Ben Davies on the left. Going back, he's got enough defensively about him that Brian Hill, for example, hasn't got, or maybe hasn't got. But Sessegnon's got enough going forward to offer a threat. Yeah, he's got a good whip on him, and he's pacey. And I hope he stays injury free for a while now. Today will be another tough test against Liverpool. He was fantastic. So, and there's also the option when he's on the pitch. When they did the inverted right backs, I forget who that was, or the inverted fullback swap. I forget who the game was. Was it Morecambe?
Morecambe. He switched Sessegnon and Doherty.
Yeah. I thought Sessegnon looked good on the right wing as well. So I didn't think Doherty looked good on the left, but I thought Sessegnon looked fairly decent on the right as well. So I think it's interesting. You know what? One thing I definitely don't think is that I don't think Thomas Tuchel has predicted this 11. Whatever 11 they thought they were going to be playing against, however they thought they would line up against Tottenham today, I'm pretty sure they didn't factor in the specific 11 that is starting for us, which hopefully will keep them guessing. And, this is the one thing we've spoken about before, Dave. I feel like Thomas Tuchel doesn't have a plan B. So if he's not prepped if this isn't their plan A, well, let's find out whether or not maybe this is Conte's version of saying, well, I'm rolling the dice here. Let's see if you can adapt, because we've got a game plan and you probably haven't predicted this. So let's see how you pivot. And he's only got half an hour to figure it out. They've got 40 minutes till kickoff. So
if it is 4-4-2, Sean, for me, I struggle to see where Dyer, Winks, and Højbjerg then play together, because you also have Sanchez, Ben Davies, Tanganga, and Doherty. So I wonder, is it a 4-3-3 maybe?
Well, with Sessegnon on the left, at the top.
Yeah, and Bergwijn out on the right with Harry Kane up top. With Dyer, Winks, and Højbjerg in midfield.
Maybe, mate. Maybe. I think, and this is the point that Brains was just saying. When you look at a team sheet, you want to immediately figure out, well, what does that look like on a formation table?
Yeah.
Right on the whiteboard. But all you got, it doesn't really matter. This is the thing I've always been saying. But the difference between 3-4-3 and 3-5-2, there's not a lot of difference apart from how it looks on a screen. As long as you just pick whichever midfielder it is, do they play forward or back? And all of that comes down to individual player responsibilities. And Antonio Conte will have said, right, this is what I want from you. This is what I want from you. This is how I want you to play. And, against Leicester, you saw Oliver Skip, for example, hanging on the right touchline during the first half, but you never saw him hanging on the left touchline. And you didn't see Højbjerg doing the left, and you didn't see Winks doing the left, right? So it was an individual player role that Conte had given to Skip that you would never have seen, and you wouldn't pick it if you were looking at the team formation and putting it on a chart or on a whiteboard. So I think that I don't think it really matters, Dave, is my point. I feel like we're going to figure out pretty early in the game what the roles and responsibilities of the individuals are. But the team sheet itself, it's certainly very difficult to be able to look at it and go, oh, this is obviously a 3-4-3 or a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-2. It's very difficult to presume, but I think within 5 minutes we'll all know what it is that they expect of Tanganga, what it is they expect of Ben Davies,
Let's speak about Tanganga though, Shawnee, because undoubtedly he's going to be one that maybe would have some Spurs fans nervous right now. Because we all know what happened in the first leg. He's switching off against Morecambe and stuff like that. He hasn't really stood up to the test against Chelsea. Do you think he can put that right today? Does he have the mentality and the ability to be able to put it right?
No, I'll be honest. I didn't really want to see him on the starting 11 today.
Yes,
if I'm entirely honest. If we were looking for a more if Skippy, I don't know if there's any truth to the fact that Skippy's not 100% fit. He's carrying a knock. If Skippy was fully fit, I would have liked the same formation. I would have had Tanganga out and had Skippy in, and then played a 3-5-2, a standard 3-5-2. I'm not going to try and preempt what Conte's magical brain has decided. What I would hope is that Tanganga is going to have more offensive roles like he did against Leicester in the second half. And the reason why that they can afford to do that is because we have an additional defensive player in Sessegnon or in Doherty alongside Dyer and Davies and Tanganga, that where we can, we can afford to let him run up a little bit, or we don't have to worry so much about him being caught out at the back, because we have those players on the pitch that are a little bit more skillful or a little bit more competent in the defensive responsibilities. So, in essence, mate, I'm not entirely sure that I didn't want to see him. If he's on the pitch, I hope that he's going to be offered a little bit more of a wider position or something where he can, do what he did. Because I didn't, he wasn't great against Leicester, but he certainly wasn't. He certainly offered some things. Like there was definitely positives against Leicester, and more so than ever. I've never seen him be that superb on the ball, but I thought against Leicester he actually offered a couple of options. So I'm excited, mate. You know what? It's if we are all Tottenham fans and none of us, I don't know if people in the comments are like, I know exactly what the formation is, but I don't think most of the people are going to have any real idea what we're going to see. And if we know Tottenham inside and out as fans and we can't predict how this is going to look, then how the fuck is Tommy Tuchel going to be able to figure it out, right? And so the element of surprise is a pretty big thing. So it's obviously going to be a bit of an experiment today. We'll see what happens, and I hope Tanganga raises to the challenge, because he needs a good game. And I just really hope if there are any bad things, it's not his fault, because if it is, his confidence will be absolutely rock bottom,
No, look, do you know what? I have a bit of faith in Jaffet Manhandler. The guy could turn up against Liverpool. He's turned up against City. They're still looking for Grealish and Sterling to this day. Whatever he done to them the first game of the season, God knows, because, they must be still in his pockets or something, because honestly, they're still missing. But look, Jaffet Manhandler, he's going to have a spectacular game today. I can feel it. I can feel it, lad. Honestly, I can feel the win coming. But, Shawnee, I have one more guest I need to get on after you, my man.
Yeah.
So I want your score prediction, and I want a big come on you, Spurs. Let's get after them today, my man.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 2-1 to Tottenham. Got to be positive. I'd take a draw, but I'm hopeful of a win. I think both teams score at least. 2-1 Tottenham. Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, let's go and attack them scum, Shawnee boy. Come on, that's what I'm talking about, my man. What an absolute legend. I love that guy. I absolutely love him. He gets me pumped up. He really does. He fires me up. But look, we saved the best to last. Let's get on the last guest. Who have we got? We've got AV Master. My man, how you keeping, brother? Oh, you're on mute, man.
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm absolutely buzzing. I see you got the L flat cap.
Oh, of course. Got to have it for this one.
I absolutely love it. What's your thoughts ahead to today's game, my man, in the starting lineup?
The starting lineup's a bit confusing. I'm looking at it right now. It's a bit weird, but I've got a feeling that Antonio Conte's on a little bit of a cheeky one to confuse the Chelsea, to confuse them bastards. But it's looking pretty good. I'm quite liking it. I know that a lot of people have said I've been a bit concerned about Tanganga being on the pitch, but against Leicester he wasn't great, but he wasn't bad. So maybe we may be seeing a little bit of progress with him. I know I might be saying complete bollocks, but we'll see. We'll see today.
No, look, you know what I mean? You got to have faith in the kid, man. Look, if Conte didn't trust him, he wouldn't be rolled out there today. Tanganga was good on the ball in the second half going forward against Leicester, and maybe that's what he's in there to do today. Maybe carry out the ball, maybe a bit like what Rudiger does for Chelsea. But come on, what else do you want to talk about, my man? And loads of players in that starting lineup. We've got Big H, Sessegnon. Who do you want to talk about?
Oh, I'm thinking I go for Kane. I think Kane is like I want revenge. The past 2 games against these guys was not good enough. We've had a good win against Leicester. Let's bring it home. Let's get that final kick towards these guys. We've lost our past 3 games against these guys. Let's get a result. I think Bergwijn's thinking the same. I think Bergwijn, after his tremendous result against Leicester, like absolutely amazing result against Leicester, I think he's going to be wanting a result as well against the scum. Arsenal and Burnley just drew. So, yeah. So, looking at that, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Yeah, we're on the same points. We're in the same points with them and everything. And I'm feeling a 2-1 here. I'm feeling a victory.
I'm telling you, I've just had this feeling all week that, you know, especially after the Leicester game, that we can nick this. I definitely think we will nick it. And Arsenal drawing with Burnley, yeah, you Gunner mugs. Gunners turning into runners. I mean, they're running away that much. They don't even want to be around us in the league table, so they're dropping points. I mean, they've seen Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. You can't even beat Burnley. What a bunch of mugs you are. And now we're about to whitewash the other mugs in about half an hour's time once it kicks off. But AV Master, I mean, I can't wait to see Harry Kane in action today. I really think he's going to bring that second half performance from the Carabao Cup side from that Leicester game. And today, I think he's going to be more clinical than ever. He has had a haircut. The side is looking, it's right trimmed in, not a hair out of place. He was getting off the bus. He looked ready. He looked confident. But not only that, he also looked a lot sharper against Leicester. Harry Kane of old, he had the strength there, the power, running in behind, skinning players, you know, holding up the ball, competing for absolutely everything. This guy is going to mop up that retirement village at the back for Chelsea today. I cannot wait. I genuinely cannot wait. I'm absolutely buzzing. But Bergwijn, I mean, do you think he can follow up off the back of that Leicester performance with another good performance here today? And what can he bring to this team?
He brings creativity. He brings good positioning. He brings speed. He brings accuracy. He can bring power behind his kicks. So I think after the result against Leicester, I think he's going to have the confidence to go, yeah, let's have a go against these guys. Yeah. Yes, we got Hakim. Is it Hakim Ziyech or Ziyech? Yeah, on the Chelsea team. I'm a bit fearful of him. He's quick. He's manipulative with the ball. But I think Bergwijn will be the ultimate, like, yeah, nah, mate, I'm going to take the ball off you and I'm going to sprint up. Their defense is going to have nothing against Kane, nothing against Bergwijn, and I think we're looking at a good, strong. I'm looking at a strong play in all areas. Doherty's on the right side, luckily not the left, and we saw how he did against Leicester on the left, on the right. Sorry. So looking at that, I think he's going to do a bit of good. We have to see. He's had bad results on the left, but he's not playing on the left. He's playing on his correct foot. He's playing on his correct position. He was great with Wolves on this position. He's been decent with us on the right. He's been bad with us on the left. But luckily, Sessegnon, man-like, is on that left. I have seen that man play very, very well. I have seen that man play very, very poor. But today, he is going to be playing absolutely superb. And I cannot deny I want this guy to at least get one goal. I want Sessegnon to get the goal. Yeah. I know he probably won't. And I'm saying it's going to probably be a 2-1 Bergwijn Kane goal. And then whoever on that blue bullshit team to get a goal. Yeah.
Oh, but don't hold back. You can throw abuse out there to Chelsea fans if you want. Don't hold back.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. That's perfect. I've got a custom song for them, so I'll do that at the end. So what's your thoughts on our defense? I think our defense is looking strong with Dyer. Davis is there. That's good. Sanchez is there, but why is Tanganga there? He's good, but it's a bit.
It's a hard one to call, you know. It is a hard one to call. I reckon. Do you know what I reckon it is? I reckon Ben Davies goes left back. I reckon Matt Doherty goes right back. I reckon Dyer and Sanchez partner in the middle, or Sanchez and Tanganga partner in the middle with Dyer moving into midfield. That's what I think will happen. But look, you don't know. You don't know. Me personally, whatever, Conte has some sort of plan. But he's not going to put it directly on the team sheet and put it out for Thomas Tuchel just to say, oh, yeah, happy days. You know, he's going to mix it up. So, you know, this whole 4-4-2, it could just be to sit there, you know, and have Thomas Tuchel completely puzzled. But look, one more player I do want to talk to you about, my man, is Harry Winks, because I haven't spoke about him yet, and I feel bad. And he's in the team, and rightfully so, keeps his place. Do you think Winks can step up today? Because my biggest problem with Winks has been the physicality. And then when he was getting the ball, he was just passing sideways, backwards. It was boring. There was no excitement. But since Conte's come in, he's starting to play forward. He's given me that bit of excitement. And I've seen him get stuck in as well. What can he bring today? Can he make that difference in the midfield? Have that pass that can put Kane in behind? Find Berg, find Sessegnon? Is that why he's there, do you think?
I think that is why he's there. I think he is there to find people that can push it up. I think he's there to be a support player, not so much an attack. And I think Hotspur will be doing the exact same. I think they'll both be support players, which is perfect for both of them. They're both very good in support. Hotspur is a very good defensive player as well. He had a good foot for striking though. Against Leicester, against Liverpool, against other teams. This guy, for some reason, has like a miraculous one-shot wonder every couple of games. Yeah. So there's potential for him to play a little bit of aggression there. I don't really want him to. I want him to play support and give it possibly to Bergwijn, Kane, or maybe someone on the wings. But I think that midfield is looking fairly exotic. I think that's the word I'm going to use. It's looking very. I think Skip might come on later in the game to very much take off Winks. Winks has not got the 90 minutes in him, not just yet. He's getting there. He's slowly getting there. He's doing the 60 minutes. He's doing the 50 minutes every odd time if he starts. That is. So hopefully soon I may be seeing Winks doing 70, 80 minutes, and then Skip being that final push.
Yeah.
But I think right now I can't wait to see our midfield do the things that they've been doing over the past few games. They've been great, absolutely spot on. But we do have to remember we are versing Chelsea at their home, and they want to get a result.
Fuck them. It's only Chelsea. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Fuck the Blues.
Half of the fans don't even know the game's on. They're down there getting their poodles, getting them their poodles' hair done, and then going for afternoon tea and stuff. The game's only a second thought to them, my man. But look, AV Master, I do have to end off because I need to let Brian and Si get on. They're absolutely itching in the background to take this watch along. Honestly, if we win, the scenes you've seen in the studio last week is going to be top of this week. I promise you, the boys. I have a good promise from Brian Daigle. He will actually break the studio and go one further. But look, my man, what's your score prediction? And you said you had a little song for me.
I'm saying 2-1, Bergwijn, Kane, and do you know the Ajax 90-minute long song, right?
Yeah.
It's the same tune to that. We are Tottenham Hotspurs. Chelsea can go and burn. We have Antonio Conte. Watch as we will return. Whoa! That's it.
Love it. Yeah. Absolutely love it, my man. You got to love that. Well, look, my man, thank you very much. And I'll see you again for the next one, all right?
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Let's attack the scum. Come on, let's have it.
Yeah, let's go. See ya, man.
Big up, my man. Well, look, guys, another pre-match pump-up over and done with. We are exactly 22 minutes out from the lineups. I would love to stick around with you guys all day, but unfortunately, I have my own stuff to be doing now for the game. I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Brian and Si. But before I go, if you do like what I've had to offer here and on the pre-match pump-ups, get over to the Irish Hotspur, smash that like button, and smash that subscribe button. If someone could put the link in the chat for me, that would be absolutely awesome. The big push for 6K is on. Let's see how far we can get there. Just my quick last final thoughts before on the game is, look, it's going to be a tough one. By no means is this going to be a walk in the park. We've got to turn up hungry and absolutely ready for this. I mean, Chelsea want to be careful getting up in our faces today, because one thing you don't do is back at the underdogs, because they will rise up. I can assure you now, Harry Kane looks confident. He looks ready. He looks the best I've seen him in a long, long time. Eric Dyer looks motivated and hungry for some Chelsea heads. And Harry Winks looked like he was ready to, and I don't usually say that. But look, I'm going to leave you on a quote, guys, is they always say time changes things, but you actually have to change it yourself. So let's go do it. Come on, you Spurs. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. The big push 1 million is on. And we'll see you all again for the pre-match pump-up show. Stay tuned for Daigle and Si for the watch-along, bringing you all the way through. As always, come on, you Spurs. In Conte we trust. Chelsea, we're coming for you.